We are getting close to the release of probably the biggest game in history, at least one that comes out. There's leaks about GTA 6 being in development since 2014 or 2015. That means 8 to 9 years of production, with a team of over 1,000 experienced developers. Of course, the game should pretty much be getting its final touches at this point. And judging by this, GTA 6 should be released around mid to late 2025. That seems to be a realistic date. Here's why I believe GTA 6 is releasing within the next 2 years. First of all, GTA 5 released 9 years ago. GTA 4 and GTA 5 had a 5-year gap, so we almost already doubled that. By my guess date, it would actually be 12 years. Insane. And second, every single PlayStation console from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 4 has had a GTA game in their cycle, meaning they had their own exclusive GTA launch. PS1 actually got 2 releases, but PS5 is the only console without an exclusive GTA launch. And no, GTA 5 Remastered isn't worth mentioning because that's just Rockstar's way of milking as many dollars as possible. I don't see a way in which they skip a whole generation without GTA. Just think of all the possible sales they can get. Also, we must realize that every GTA game except 4 came out at the end of the year, making me lean towards a late 2025 launch. This is really important because if it's true, we're getting an announcement trailer at the end of the year, so definitely look out for that. We have some information about the possible content as well, apparently taking place in Miami Vice City, a more tropical setting with many locations. But what I want to know is, will the map expand beyond Miami into the country area or just exclusively the city? Because it'd be fun to drive all around Florida, including unpopulated landscapes and mountains. I really do hope this map expands beyond the city. Switching things up, from what we know, you will be able to go into certain buildings and businesses like a restaurant. We saw this on the leaked gameplay. Also, in another instance, one of the characters was inside of a club, so it's refreshing to see that we now have the ability to go inside of more places. I want to show the pictures, but if I do, Rockstar will most likely strike the video down, but thankfully you can find this pretty easily. I wonder if we also respawn inside the ER like GTA 4 does. I hope they add that again. I've also seen some mentions of hotels, metro stations, and airports too. I mean, as far as the interior designs, this seems to have a lot more than any of the past games. Just imagine being able to go inside of pretty much any business and to do anything you want. Like going inside of a train and visiting any part of the map easily without driving. Being able to rob a restaurant and hotels, entering inside of a club. I mean, so many new interior places that we never had. The dialogue system is supposedly going to be just like Red Dead Redemption 2, where you can either be friendly or completely rude to the NPC, which can lead to a fight. Also, GTA 6 brings a female main character for the first time, named Lucia, and a male named Jason. Not sure if they'll have more, but there are many references showing 4 characters. Nonetheless, if you saw the leaked gameplay, you know there's a female character already. Personally, I want to see an upgraded combat system, more realism instead. Red Dead 2 is a great example of what GTA 6 needs as far as combat. If they transferred the exact same combat from Red Dead 2, I think it'd be fine, because GTA 5 at least to me doesn't feel that great. You can send somebody flying with one hit, and that's just not real life. Also, more realism on melee weapon combat, including blood and dismemberment. Hand-to-hand combat would be so enjoyable. I think I'd spend all game fighting with people instead of doing missions. The only scary thing is that with the world changing, I don't see brutal combat being received well by the media. Games are already blamed for mass shooting, so for now it's just a personal wish. We will be getting 2 new ways of transportation. In the source code of GTA 6, equip jetpack and mount horse were found. A huge addition because as far as we've seen, GTA has never had horses. No doubt the physics will carry over from Red Dead Redemption 2. On the topic of horses, adding more wildlife will be game changing, from bears to wild hogs. And since we are going to Florida, we can't forget alligators. So that means some swamp-like territories. It would be just nice to see a wide diversity of animals and habitats, which would also allow the introduction of hunting into the game. Hunt deers, hogs, and any other animals that the game brings, not only in the woods but the ocean as well. Sharks, whales, just all sorts of animals inside the water and outside the water. And I mention inside the water because there are mentions of possible deep diving. I mean, just visualize it. Cave diving and exploring all sorts of mysterious underwater spots. Pretty much another map on its own. So overall, what I'm expecting from GTA 6 is more interior gameplay, more wildlife, a bigger map with more environments, better combat, and more ways of transportation. These are the things I believe the most from what I've seen. Of course, I went overboard talking about gore and dismemberment because realistically, it's not happening. It's not their style of combat. But yeah, those are all the new things that have been rumored and even leaked. And Red Dead 2 is proving to be a great base to build on for this new launch. GTA 6 is certainly shaping up to be the biggest game we've ever played, and maybe it will come sooner than we think.